There's going to be uh let's just let's just say uh like a ramble. A ramble on the topic of child free. And so I am using child free. No, the term ramble as my excuse for making this unstructured video. Seemed like that was the point of it. Your video is working well. It's really just an audio only video. No, it's just not audio only. It's just that, to upload it to YouTube, you're gonna need to have like a video on it. But I don't want that. So, no. You can also use this as a way to test if your videos are actually, if your phone is actually AMOLED, because you shouldn't be able to see anything. But then, okay, going back to the topic of child free. This is my topic because I'm actually like one of those people. I'm actually a child free person myself. And in biological terms, I am child free. Meaning I don't have the capability anymore to produce a kid. But then we can go first, like discuss on the what. What is like a child free person? And I'd say it's a person who doesn't want and does not have the responsibility of parenthood. Full stop. So you're not you're not like a baby daddy or a baby mommy. Let's get out of the way. You're not someone who's looking to adopt. You're not someone who has guardianship over a kid. But then that might be like, I don't know the exact like legalities of guardianship, so don't quote me on that. But then yeah, it's and then that's for the rest of her lives. Yeah. Full disclaimer, for the rest of her life. It's not it's not a one time thing or like, oh, I'm child free for the moment. That just means you're on the fence. And that's okay. But then you have to be honest about it when you're like going to be talking to your partner about it. And so why? Why would somebody want to be a child free? Because primarily, I mean, for most people, it's the money. It's very expensive, especially now in this in the global economy. It takes up a lot of time and time that you don't have because everything's not working out well. Public education is not doing good. Social services isn't doing good. Paid time off isn't doing good. The climate isn't doing good. Then some people just don't want the responsibility of having to take care of a kid. And I would say that I fall on all of them. But then I do want to like touch on some other topics. Not really topics, but to delve deeper into them. On the nature of climate change. Honestly, I don't really like that as a reason, but it's real. It's real. Climate change is real, and it's gonna make our lives so much worse. And as a in betweener of Gen Z and millennial, it's very hard feelings about what people back then could have done. But that's not the topic for today. And also, there's not AI. Okay, I'm not using any AI. There's a real person speaking, just behind the mic, just in the darkness. And but yeah, but there's no climate because I don't think it's a sustainable way of thinking about being child free. Because at the end of it, if the situation was better, then you would want a kid. And so I think it's not really like child free because it's like the current discourse is on like dinks, like the will incomes, no kids. And then when they're interviewed, they usually just say things about like, oh, the economy is not doing well, the climate and everything. But then there's no, they're not really like interviewing the people who are just like, yeah, no, it's not for me, mate. Kids ain't just my vibe, bro. Not my vibe. And I think that's something that should be said more to more people because honestly, we sometimes have to just justify it with like, oh, the economy, the climate, and everything, which is real, which is real. But I think it just gives you a lot of resentment of a life that you could have had. And so I think that's kind of what separates the people in that camp over the people in the space we're in. We're just like, yeah, no, not for me. It's just too tiring. Because on our side, there's no regret, even if we reach old, even if we like die till that point. And then there's the topic of antinatalism. If you don't know about it, it's the uh, it's the it's the moral argument that states that with it that has a thesis point being giving uh, creating life is unethical because because you're you're bringing someone into this world without their consent. And I think this is one thing that like antinatalists and understand, excuse me, is that you're not just bringing in some like baby into this world. It's an actual like human. It will not an actual human, but it's gonna be an adult at some point. Assuming it doesn't die by the time between like 0 and 18. And I don't think. I mean, the me. I mean, it's like for all civilizations, regardless of what country are. I think there is a certain uh, pedestal that we put the idea of having children into. It's like seen as like it's very quintessential. Well, because it is. It is a very big part of our lives. It's the very reason why we all exist. It's because somebody had to give birth to us. But then if you presuppose the idea that maybe it's not important, then things start to unravel. But then, well, I did say this is a ramble. So, because people will argue that, like, oh, it's life's so wonderful. But, or like, oh, life is so beautiful. I don't think life is beautiful. We should enjoy the lives that we have now, or that life is valuable because it's already here. But that doesn't mean we should make more lives, especially because we don't know how they'll feel about having that life. Though I want it to be like policy around the world that everybody stops having kids now. I just think it's something that people should accept. Not because we don't ask for consent for their lives to be here. I mean, the parents, yeah, the two people that make the fucking kid. They're they're beholden to that idea. They were selfish, and depending on what country that you come from and the richness of your parents, the quality of life that you may have lived isn't really that accessible. I mean, that reality that like we owe everything to our kids, that kind of thing, kind of thinking. I think that's okay for our first ramble. I do kind of want to ramble on about some other things, but I would honestly like it if I had a community of other child-free people to hang around with. But yeah, yes. If you're a fence sitter, it's okay. Just be a fence sitter. Stop dating child-free people if you're a fence sitter. And make sure it's something that you really want, like you personally, and it makes sense for the life that you think you're going to have. But yeah, in terms of ethics and everything, it is ethic. The ethical thing is not to have kids. Not just in terms of consent, but in terms of climate footprint and the life that they're gonna have, considering just the trend we're headed in. Especially because it can go both ways. It can go really good, it can go really bad. And you're gonna force them to take that pet. It's going back to the consent. But yeah. But yeah, carbon footprint and the consent thing. It's a hard thing. 'Cause, every kid, every new kid needs some diapers. When they grow old, they're gonna need a new car. They're gonna need new clothes. They're gonna need, you can't just give them clothes and be like, hey, use this, because like it's a kid. It's gonna be a human. It's gonna be an adult at some point. Keep saying human. I don't even know why I recorded this in 60 FPS. It doesn't matter if it's 30 FPS or 1 FPS. It's not changing. Okay, that's it. Ramble done.